Hello guys, Dale here again. Welcome to my channel Love A Lot and Sharp. So today guys, I'm going to do a quick review on how my favorite knife that I own right now, the Strider SMF, has been holding up. Right? Before we get into that, hanging out with us today guys is the SIG Legion 226. Right? Quick safety check. Nothing in the chamber, nothing in the mag well. We're good to go. So let's run through some quick specs before we get started, guys, right? So this is a Strider SMF, right? It has the brown G10 on this side, the flame titanium on this side, 4-inch spear point blade, right? 9-inch overall length, 5 1/8 inch closed length, right? Weighs about 6 ounces. And this one is in S30V steel, right? SMFs come in different kinds of steels, 154 cm, S30V, and a few other ones, right? But the most common is the S30. Now, this thing is wicked, right? This is by no means, a gentleman carry or, easy use knife. I beat the crap out of this thing, right? I've taken it into the bush, batoned with it, did all kind of crazy stuff with it. You can see the tip, it has all these marks all over it, right? But it's held up, right? The SMF is made as a hard use knife, She's not really pretty. In my eyes, she's pretty, but most guys, it's not fancy. Doesn't have any fancy artwork. Doesn't have, all the other art type knives have. This is plain Jane, hard use, right? And I'm loving it. The SMF is probably Strider's most popular folder. Right, the other one that's very popular is the S&G. The easiest way, guys, the S&G and SMF almost look the same. Right? The easiest way for you to tell them apart is by looking on the screws on this side, right? The S&G will have 2 screws, right? The SMF will have 3. That's the easiest way. If you see, a Strider in a picture or your friend has one, quickly look at the screws. If it has 2, it's an S&G. If it has 3, it's an SMF. Right? In most cases, this is it. I know they have the PT, the smaller version, then the S&G. They have a few other models, but the SMG and the SMF is the most common. Now this knife has, I've put her through a lot of wear. You can see a lot of wear on the lock side also. Put her through a lot of use, and she functions great. She flips like a dream. She flips. She opens up like it's nobody's business. I know a lot of guys complain, oh, my Strider is hard to open, oh, my Strider has lock rock, oh, my Strider this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it. Well, you know what? I own the S&G, I own the SMF, I own the PT. None of my Striders are like that, right? Opens up like a dream. No lock rock, no any kind of movement when in the locked position, right? If you can see here, let's see if I can zoom in for you. Very, very early lockup, very early lockup. I can even do what the cool kids do and open with my trigger finger, my pointer finger, just like the cool kids. And you know what? I have no issues with it, right? No lock rock, no late lockup. I've beaten on this thing. Some days I just get in one of those moods, go into the bush and just beat on it to see if it's worth the price, if it's worth the name. Strider is synonymous with, hard use knives. My next purchase is going to be the Strider DB, the small fixed blade. And you know what? It's worth the money. It's held up perfectly. I have no issues with it. I know a lot of people might say, oh, it has lock rock, oh, it has late lockup. I can't attest to that. I can only attest to my Strider in my experience. And in my experience, it's functioned flawlessly. Solid lockup, no movement whatsoever. Very easy to open and close the knife. No lock. The lockup is very easy. to open and close. Very easy to deploy the knife, you know. I can flip it open like the cool kids, flip it open with my thumb, you know. No issues whatsoever with this knife. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, any comments, leave it in the description box below. And on my knife, I have that custom Jason Voorhees bead, you know. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave it in the box below. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.